talk about chapters 11 to 15 in Bud Not Buddy by Christopher Paul Curtis. This is also the author of The Watsons Go to Birmingham. So I hope that you enjoyed that book too. But anyway, let's get on to this book, okay? Okay, chapter 11. So, Bud right now, he was running away from a supposed to be vampire, or at least, well, this vampire, or this person, was carrying blood, right? Urgent human blood. So, yes, pretty creepy, right? So he tried to escape with the car. Did you think that was a very good idea? And do you think that if you were Bud, you could drive a car too? But anyway, it didn't work, the escape plan, right? And if you had been the man who we find out his name is Mr. Lewis, how would you have reacted to this? I mean, would you have run after the car, or would you have just began to cry? How would you have done it? Or would you have thrown a rock through the window, or maybe thrown a rock at the tires, making them explode? How would you have done it? But anyway, the blood he needs is actually for the hospital in Flint because people there need blood because maybe they're losing a lot of blood, right? How did you think about that? Did you think that was a little too creepy? Or did you think, because it is other people's blood, right? And Bud, he lies about, well, he doesn't really lie, but he says that his father is Herman E. Calloway. And, but anyway, I also wanted to ask you about the pop, okay? Red pop. Have you ever eaten red pop? I mean, I haven't. I've only eaten things like Coca-Cola, Sprite, other sodas, lemonade, but never red pop. Have you ever? I'm just asking, really curious. And like when he woke up again, some people were over him, right? And then we got number 29 of one of his rules to have, right? So it's rules and things number 29. When you wake up and don't know for sure where you're at and there's a bunch of people standing around you, it's best to pretend you're still asleep until you can figure out what's going on and what you should do. And this woman, so we learned that Mr. Lewis, he's probably a grandfather, right? Because there's a woman and he's her papa, and the woman probably has grandchildren. So, but anyway, do you agree with rules and things number 29? And I also want the rule 29, and also how would you describe this Mr. Lewis? And do you like someone if someone teases you, like not like in a mean way, but like Mr. Lewis, he's doing like in a bad way, right? He's just doing it for a little teasing, but like not horribly teasing, right? So what do you think about that? And have you ever eaten sausages? Well, I've had a million times. What about you? And did you feel a little sorry for Bud because because like he's never eaten sausages in his life? And then Kim made a song, right? And she said that the deal was that Bud answer one question truthfully. Would you have said that you would have agreed or not, or would you been too nervous about what that question was gonna be? Okay, here is the song. I actually liked it because it was pretty funny. Well, a little funny, a little humorous, okay? It's mommy says no, mommy says no. I listen, you don't. Wah ha ha ha. The building falls down, the building falls down. You get crushed, I don't. Wah ha ha ha. That was the worst song I've ever heard. But pretty good. Like if you're teasing someone. Well, maybe not that. It was pretty horrible. I'll give it a thumbs down. But still, it was pretty funny. But anyway, then she asks how Bud's mother died. Well, what question would you ask if you had been Ken? And would you have asked that question? Do you think that's like a little mean of Kim to say that? I mean, like Bud's mother died, and she's just like, how did your mother die? And why do you think that Kim even asked this question? Do you think that she was trying to be malicious? But anyway, this family is really different from how they ate at the home, right? I mean, how do you like it? Do you like a very quiet dinner table where you just eat and there's a lot of manners, or do you like it like when you keep on talking and having fun and laughing? What kind of style are you? And also, just a quick question: do you know anyone do you know any people who are very bad at good cooks? Because Lefty Lewis, or Mr. Lewis, mentions about how her daughter, who is Mrs. Sleet, is very, very, very is not very good at cooking. But anyway, I wanted to ask you about rule number 8, okay? It's rules and things to have a funnier life and make a better... Well, it's actually Bud Cadwell's rules and things to have a funnier life and make a better liar out of yourself. And it's number 8 is, whenever an adult tells you to listen carefully and talks to you in a real calm voice, do not listen. Run as fast as you can because something real terrible is just around the corner, especially if the cops are chasing you. But anyway, do you agree with this rule? And the police do come, right? I mean, how would you act? Would you run away or not? I mean, Bud doesn't. Would you? But anyway, there is like these organizers and unions. Do you like these organizers and unions, or do you think that they should just be all shut down, like the Flint police are wanting them? And would you be part of the union if you happen back in the 1930s? And I also wanted to ask you about the what was it? Sorry, the log cabin, right? I mean, so he doesn't want Lefty Lewis to go in too, right? I'll just call him Lefty Lewis. It was just stuck in my brain. But anyway, why? I mean, do you think? I mean, and why doesn't he want Mr. Lewis to go in? And would you be nervous if you had been going in there, or would you have been really excited if you had been going to the log cabin? But anyway, what do you think of Herman E. Calloway? Do you like this guy or do you not? And this also goes into chapter 13. So, I mean, like. So do you like him or do you not? Would you like Mr. Calloway to be your father, or is he too grumpy and grouchy? And I also wanted to ask you about the other people in the band. How would you describe the other people, and who is your favorite band member? And how would you describe, describe one of the band members, okay? Rules and Things and I wanted to also ask you about Rules and Things number 63, and it is never ever say something bad about someone you don't know, especially when you're around a bunch of strangers. You can never tell who might be kin to that person or who might be a lip-flabbing, big-mouth spy. Do you agree with that? And also, and I also wanted to ask you, do you like to eat outside? Just a quick question. But anyway, how do you like the sweet pea? I mean, have you ever gone to any fancier restaurants? And do you think that the sweet pea isn't very fancy because it's sort of in a living room actually? But anyway, I also wanted to ask you about Miss Thomas. How about Miss Thomas? Do you like her? How would you describe her? And then we begin to talk about, well, Bud crying, right? I mean, like, if you have been Bud, would you cry? And why do you think he's crying like this? He would be happy. Why is he crying like this? And also, would you cry, actually? And do you think that crying is good for you? Like, it'll just let everything out? Or do you think that it's bad and it's humiliating? Okay, chapter 15, okay. So the Grand Calloway Station, right? Like, but anyway, like, it was the house, right? How do you think of this house? And then there's Rules and Things number 28. Gone equals dead, right? So this daughter is gone. Dead, right? Do you think that's a little creepy? And would you like to be in there? And I also wanted to ask you about a ghost and how he didn't like to sleep alone. Do you like to sleep alone or do you not like to sleep alone? Just a quick question. And Herman E. Calloway, he's a little mean to Bud, right? I mean, like, how would you react if you were Bud? Would you just stick your tongue out or would you punch him? How would you react? And I also wanted to ask you about the bedroom. And what I wanted to ask you about was at the end there was this thing about, let's see, it's there. I mean, like, it said, "Not me," said the sheep. "Not me," said the werewolf. Sorry. But anyway, what do you think that all means actually? And do you think, what do you think is going on there? And also, as always, I wanted to ask you, what was your favorite part in these chapters? What was your favorite part so far in the book? What do you predict is going to happen next? And how do you like the book so far? But I also wanted to go back and I wanted to ask you about the food that he has at the Sweet Pea. What do you think of this food? And have you eaten better food, like fancy meals, or do you like this kind of food? What kind of food do you like? Korean food, Indian food, just American food like burgers and fries and apple pie, or just or Chinese food, or food from Europe, or food from Africa, or Australian food, or what about Hawaiian food, or Mexican food, or South American food? I don't know, but you get the point, right? So what kind of food do you like? I just wanted to ask you about that. But anyway, I hope that you really enjoyed today's session with me on Bud Not Buddy by Christopher Paul Curtis. This has won a Newbery Medal. And I also hope that you check out The Watsons Go to Birmingham, another awesome book. So hope that you check out that and have a great day.